Excellencies, Honorable Representatives of Election Management Bodies, distinguished international and domestic observers, members of the international and national media, senior government officials, and representatives of UN organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to this important engagement on the eve of the 13th National Parliamentary Election and Referendum of Bangladesh. I sincerely appreciate your presence and your professional commitment at this critical moment of our democratic process. The Jatiyo Sangsad or National Parliament consists of 350 members, 300 elected directly by adult franchise, and 50 reserved seats for women, allocated proportionately among political parties based on their representation secured through direct elections. The tenure of the parliament is 5 years. The Election Commission of Bangladesh is an independent constitutional body entrusted with the responsibility of administering elections in accordance with the Constitution and relevant laws. On 11 December 2025, the Bangladesh Election Commission officially announced the election schedule. A total of 2,028 candidates are contesting across 29 constituencies in the forthcoming parliamentary election. From the outset, the Commission has worked with a strong sense of constitutional responsibility to ensure that the entire electoral process is free, fair, impartial, and credible. Our preparations have followed a coordinated and multidimensional approach, encompassing legal reforms, institutional readiness, stakeholder consultations, and operational planning. Structured dialogue was maintained with political parties, civil society, and other stakeholders to strengthen confidence, participation, and mutual trust. Amendments to electoral laws and regulations were undertaken where necessary to enhance clarity, accountability, and compliance. Special emphasis was placed on voter registration. Through a nationwide voter list update, approximately 4.5 million new voters have been enrolled, including 2.7 million women, bringing the total number of registered voters to over 127 million with a high level of data accuracy. This effort was supported by our development partners, including United Nations organizations. For the first time, the Commission has introduced out-of-country voting through IT-supported postal ballots for Bangladesh diaspora voters. Despite a limited preparation and outreach period, the response has been encouraging, with approximately 0.8 million expatriate voters completing registration. At the same time, in-country postal voting has been undertaken for eligible categories of voters. For your kind information, a significant number of marked ballots have already been successfully returned through the postal system. All operational arrangements have been finalized, ensuring readiness for election day, that is tomorrow. Polling centers lists were finalized following multiple rounds of field level verification. All electoral materials, including ballot papers, have already been distributed to the returning officers in respective constituencies and are currently being distributed polling center wise. Training programs for polling personnel have been conducted nationwide to ensure professionalism and strict adherence to electoral procedures. Public awareness activities related to voter participation are being conducted nationwide in coordination with relevant government departments. Ladies and gentlemen, by now you may already know that both today and tomorrow have been declared government holidays to facilitate voter participation. Voting will take place in a single day, beginning at 7:30 in the morning and concluding at 4:30 in the afternoon. Presiding officers, assisted by assistant presiding officers and polling officers, will manage polling operations and counting at the polling stations in the presence of candidates